हाँ जी, क्वेश्चन पूछा किसी ने. Someone has asked me this question that he's on L1 and whether he should buy, whether he should leave the apartment and get into a rented home. ठीक है. So depends आपका whether you have L1A or not, whether you have green card filed or not, and how soon you're gonna get the green card. Right? In general, if a person is here on green card or is about to get a green card and he's a citizen, I'm in favor of buying the house. You're saying from apartment whether you go to the rented house or not. I'll tell you. One is a space problem. Apartment has 2 or 3 bedrooms and those are usually small, no backyard, no front yard, and even if they have, they're very small. House will give you all this liberty that you can really live properly in this country. So it will solve the space problem. But it will not solve the ijjat problem. And I'm going to talk about third one, equity problem. So because in houses, when you have own the house, then you'll definitely get some equity. We'll come to that. So you will not solve the इज्जत problem. इज्जत ज़्यादा नहीं होती. ठीक है, यही मैं बता. This is what. अगर आप इतना earn कर रहे हो, आप L1 पे हो, and you are basically here in this country, and you're making some money. Obviously, your wife is on L1 EAD, and you can make obviously double money when you get $25,000 a month, right? As an IT engineer, then why would you not buy a house? You can buy the house with 5% down payment also. I'm sure you know that. So financially, I'm convinced that you can easily buy the house, and you should. Only thing is green card wise. So if you don't have the green card, then obviously you should not do that, because, or if you're very close to the green card, let's say your EB1, if your green card is filed in EB1, sorry I didn't mention that before, EB1, that means you're going to get it in 3-4 years. Then you can buy the house. You don't need to worry. Just look at because you have a backup plan. If anything goes wrong, then you can always don't go back to India. Convert to F1 and you can keep working here. There are universities which give you day one CPT. Okay, they give you the ability to work on from first day itself. So you can easily get a job on those CPTs. I'm not sure what your skill set is. You may be in management, or you may be a project manager, you may be a technical architect. Typically, you're going to be a little senior guy. That's what I'm assuming. You mentioned L1, so I'm assuming you're on L1A, right? So if you're on L1B or H1B or F1, don't buy. Right? I'm telling you, it's gonna be difficult, because you don't know when you'll be left stranded in India. But the way to do it is you can get this Canadian PR. Once you get the Canadian PR and you get the Canadian citizenship somehow, I've talked about methods by using which you can stay in America and work and get your time counted in Canada. But anyway, once you get the citizenship, once you get the Canadian PR, you are in good waters, basically. You're in a good zone. And then you can buy the house. So it's a visa problem, not a financial. Financially, you can buy the house. Right? Okay. Now, third thing. So equity problem. Remember, I always say real estate is not a great investment, but here is the thing. It's a great place. You have to, if you're buying a house for yourself, it's not an investment. It's your own home. You can't sell it. You can't sell it. I'm telling you, you can't sell it when it goes up, right? That's a different home and investment, right? Home investment you can sell also. I'm not in favor of investment, because the rent that you get and all that could be very appreciable, but then there are so many expenses in the house, right? Now, but when you live in the house, it's not your investment, right? You can weather some of the downturns of the economy, upturns of this thing, any murammat, any repairs. First of all, those will be much lesser, because it's you yourself taking care of it. You will be able to take care of 70 to 80% of the repairs yourself. 20-30% will be done. You'll probably have to get done by outsiders, right? Which will be substantial. Don't get me wrong. But eventually, another thing is, after 15 years or so, you will definitely garner some equity. Yeah, you'll have some equity in the house, and that's really good, because basically you made money. So whatever money you're spending on the house, if you minus from the equity, minus equity is your actual investment. It will be actual cost of living in the house. It will be much lesser. You'll notice that. So from my money wise also, I would suggest you should buy a house. From space problem standpoint, you should buy a house. But from visa standpoint, till the time you have surety of green card, or you are following my formula to strengthen your position in the green card, you can always do investor visa also, by the way. There's something called as E2 visa. You can explore those options. I've talked about a little bit about investor visa. So you can see those. I've mentioned how you can get the loan, and how you can increase your income and all that stuff temporarily and things like that. So if you follow all that, you can even do investor visa. But if you do not have anything, if your L1 is there and but your green card is not filed and they're not planning to file it in EB1 or anything like that, you are in and you are not planning to do anything about it, then you are yeah, then you are not in good zone. Then you should not buy, because in this country, when you buy a real estate, it may go up, it may go down. Yes, in 10-15 years on a long term basis it will go up, but in the short term and mid term, you never know what's going to happen. For 10 years you may not see any equity, you may actually see reduction in the value, and that means you lose your down payment, you see. So please understand this thing. So these are my considerations. If I were to buy a house in your position, these are the things I would think through. Okay, thank you.